bruh. This should have been like, this should have honestly been justified to not even be given like anything because he's protecting himself at the end of the day, bro. Like, I don't want that ball juice on me either. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. We got another vid, bro. Titled 14 minutes and 23 seconds of NBA conspiracy theories by 2-3. Yo, we got similar names. I fuck with that. Yo, make sure y'all check them out type shit, bro. We gotta make the twos, like, we gotta, make this a little community right here, bro. Like, check this dude out. But hopefully this is a good vid, bro. I'm here for some NBA conspiracy theories. I'm trying to hear with like what's going on behind the scenes, bro. Cause like I know there's been some rigged moments and stuff like that in the NBA and other sports, but but other than all the I'm sorry for yapping, bro. Like I don't even know what the hell I'm saying right now. But before we get started, make sure y'all check out my TikTok and my channel, bro. We're trying to grind this year type shit. 2026 gonna be a good ass long grind. Make sure y'all check out 2-3 like I said. But other than that, let's go.
Here's 14 minutes of NBA theories. Derrick Rose was gifted to the Bulls. It's 1998. The Bulls
because like, what are the odds, bro? What are the odds that him and LeBron both ended up on their hometown teams, bro? Because there's no fucking way. Like the year LeBron comes out and declares and stuff like that, Cleveland just happens to have the number 1 pick, and same with the Bulls, bro. And didn't the Bulls jump up like 10%?
Michael Jordan retires for the second time. In the seasons after his retirement, the Bulls missed playoffs, 3 more missed playoffs, a first round exit.
Bro, this has been the Bulls. This is the Bulls post MJ and post D Rose, but they've only had like 2 good years after MJ, and that was because of Derrick Rose.
A second round exit and another missed playoffs. So just complete ass after Michael Jordan retires, and the easily projected number 1 pick in the draft, this dude, Derrick Rose. The Bulls, they weren't that bad this season. They were the 8th worst team with an 81% chance at the 8th pick and a 1.7% chance at the first pick. So he'll probably end up on a team like the Heat or the Sonics.
Bro, D Rose on the Sonics would be hard, bro. Hold on. But if Derrick Rose got drafted somewhere else, you think his career probably could have been longer because Tibbs wouldn't have been his coach, running him down to the ground and had him in the game and shit?
First pick with less than a 2% chance. And for the first time since the most famous player ever retired, the global icons, the Chicago Bulls, they got their guy again. And it's the hometown kid. That's the theory. The Bulls were handed their hometown superstar to try and revive the franchise that died the second Michael Jordan retired. The Luka trade was a setup by the NBA.
It 100% was. Bro, it 1,000. The second they got the first overall pick, I knew this shit was rigged. Because there's no way they traded the face of the franchise, the second best player in franchise history behind Dirk, and they just happened to luck out and get Cooper Flagg, another generational pro. Like, hell no. And he went to the Lakers, starters, too, of all teams, NBA, bro. Like, let's be for real.
The most popular, most marketable franchise, the Los Angeles Lakers. Well, their best player's turning 40. Their other best player was like 31 but constantly injured. So the theory says that the league had the Dallas Mavericks send their 25-year-old superstar to that franchise. So they don't become the joke of the league like they were before LeBron got there. There's a lot more money to be made when the Lakers are good versus when they're not. So Luka makes 5 straight All-NBA first teams, just carries the Mavs to the finals as a 24-year-old. Then they ship his ass off for, granted, one of the best players ever in Anthony Davis. But the guy literally can't stay
always
healthy.
hurt. I feel bad for this man, AD,
of the 45
bro.
Mav games this season.
Bro, every single time I'm watching the AD game, bro, he's getting hurt, it seems like, bro. It's knowing, like, he's always grabbing at his hand. He's always on the ground, grabbing his ankle, his knee, and stuff like that, bro. He's never healthy.
Trade turned out to be this. So step 1 of the theory is get the Mavs their superstar for the next decade. Step 2 of this theory, get the Mavs the first pick. Of course, the Dallas Mavericks with the 1.8% chance to get
I wouldn't
the first
million% believe that. There's no way.
There's
no way. You can't. There's no way you can convince me otherwise, bro. Cause like, let's be for real, bro. Let's just be for real. Like that'll be like if the Spurs or some shit traded Wemby or something like that, but then they just happen to luck out with the first pick. But that's not even a good enough like comparison or something. That'll be like the Warriors in 2016 trading Steph to the Lakers, bro, and then getting the first pick after. Like, that'll just be looked at as like it's the most rigged thing ever, because it is, bro. Like, what are we doing, NBA, bro? At least make it more, like, I don't know, at least try to hide it a little bit more, bro. Like, you could at least, like, traded a couple more picks away, bro.
Get the 11th pick. They end up with the first pick 4 months after trading Luka. Got it. So what's step 3 of this theory? Well, the plan is to have the Mavs suck. Why? To have their relocation to Vegas easier. This right here is the Las Vegas Sands, a luxury hotel. The person who owns this is Miriam Adelson. She happens to be the same person who owns the Mavericks. So the theory says that if the Mavericks suck, especially after the Luka trade, a lot of Dallas residents will lose interest, and it will make their relocation.
If they move to
where her other
Vegas, bro, I will feel so
extremely
bad
easy.
for these Mavs fans,
Plus,
bro. Like, could you imagine being a Mavs fan and then last year they trade your favorite player ever, bro, and then the year after that you guys relocate to Vegas, bro? I'd be pissed, bro. You grew up a Mavs fan your entire life. You grew up idolizing Dirk, bro. You was during that 2011 run, you was all chanting and hyped up and stuff like that, being a great fan, and then they gonna do y'all like this, bro. I'm pissed, bro. This should be against the law.
The Las Vegas Raiders just went there, so who knows? But this theory is kind of insane.
Vegas isn't even a sports city, though. Like, sports in Vegas don't even sound right, bro. The only sports that goes on in Vegas is gambling, bro. Let's be for real. Like, there shouldn't be any professional sports teams, because nobody goes to Vegas and cares about sports. Niggas go to Vegas to drink and gamble, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Mavericks end up in Vegas. Maybe we're looking at something real. The NBA purposely suspended Draymond in 2016.
They did. 100%.
The theory goes back to the 2016 finals, specifically Game 4. There was about 2 minutes left. Draymond and LeBron get into this little shoving, hugging, 4th grade wrestling kind of fight. And you watch all this, and honestly,
that's not even on Draymond,
I feel like
bro.
most people would say,
look what LeBron did, bro. Cause, like, bro, LeBron was doing all the extra stuff, bro, and then y'all just gonna give a flagrant to Draymond? Y'all not gonna give a flagrant to LeBron for throwing Draymond on the ground and then stepping over him, rubbing his nuts all on him and stuff like that? Bro, if I'm Draymond, I'm doing the same thing. I'm not letting some grown man walk and drag his nuts all over me and just sitting there, bro. Hell no, bro. This should have honestly been justified to not even be given, like, anything, because he's protecting himself at the end of the day, bro. Like, I don't want that ball juice on me either.
A technical, maybe a two-way tech, but weirdly, he was given a flagrant.
That's not a flagrant,
Go back
bro.
to some of the comments. There is no way this should have been a flagrant foul. 516 likes. As much as I hate Draymond, that did not look like a flagrant to me. Wow. Going back years later and watching this foul wasn't even equivalent to a love tap. Shaking my head. The whole series changed on that play. Damn. So a lot of people don't think this was a flagrant foul, but looking at this one, the whole series changed on this play. How? Well, the NBA has a flagrant system. Flagrant 1, 1 point. Flagrant 2, 2 points. Tough system to understand, I know. But getting that flagrant 1, this means Draymond got his 4th flagrant point of the 2016 postseason.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Even though it shouldn't have been a flagrant, Draymond, you shouldn't have even had 3 flagrants in like 15 games or how. I don't even know how many games y'all played to get it here, bro. Probably a lot more than that, actually. You shouldn't have 3 flagrants in 21 games or at least. Come on, bro. You shouldn't have that many calls in 3 series, bro. 3 that's a flagrant series, bro. Keep your hands to yourself.
4 flagrant
points.
It's
not that hard.
You get suspended for a game, which means Draymond was suspended for Game 5 of the 2016 finals. So it makes sense, but where does the conspiracy come in? Well, a lot of people thought this was an insanely weak flagrant foul, so they get Draymond suspended and potentially extend the series. I mean, the series was 2-1 at this point. It was about to be 3-1, 2 minutes, and the Warriors were up 10. And Draymond was actually balling out this finals.
Bro, this would be such good. Oh my, I'm so sad the Warriors lost that, bro. You know how good for my GOAT's legacy that would be, bro? You know how good for Steph's legacy it'll be to have the 73-9 squad and the ring on top of that and beating LeBron in that finals back to, oh my god, bro, Steph would be considered the GOAT, bro. Draymond, you fucked it up for Steph. Bro, all Draymond had to do was keep his hands to himself, bro. Steph would have 5 rings, 2 finals MVPs, the 73-9 record, the best team of all, the 2 of the, Steph would be the GOAT, bro. Steph, oh my god, bro. I mean, he's already the GOAT, but like he would be considered the GOAT even more. You feel me? Like there would be no argument, bro. He'd be the solidified, bona fide number 1, bro. He'd be way up here on a different planet, bro. He'd be on Saturn or something like that, up here. And then number 2 is like down here, MJ or LeBron, and then number 3 right here is MJ. So like, bro. All Draymond had to do is not hit this man in the meat, bro. We would have won Steph would be the GOAT, bro. Steph would be the GOAT. This man would have 3-peated. He would have 4-peated because they won the 17 and 18, bro. This man would have 4-peated, bro. This man would have been. He actually should have 5-peated, bro. But dirty ass Danny Green got to injure Klay Thompson, bro. If Klay doesn't get hurt in 2019 Game 6, bro, the Warriors come back down 3-1 and win that series against the Raptors too, bro. Dead ass, 100%. I believe that. It's the boy, but the Warriors dead ass should have won 5 rings in a row, bro. Steph would have 5 rings. Steph would be 6-0 in the finals right now, bro. Steph should be 6-0 in the finals right now. And bro, he'd be up there with MJ, bro. Cause like that's all MJ fanboys say. Well, it was 6-0 in the finals, 6-0. Bro, Steph would be 6-0 too, bro. Like y'all are so lucky, bro. Cause like, bro, if Steph would have got his hand held like Jordan did, bro, and got all the free pass BS that Jordan got, bro, he'd be 6-0 too, bro.
16, 11, 7, 4, and 1. Game 2, 28, 7, 5, and 1. Game 3, 6, 7, shut up, and 7. Game 4, 9, 12, 2, 4, and 3, and a suspension. Game 6, when he came back, 8, 10, 6, 1, and 1. And Game 7, the best game in NBA history, 32, 15, 9, and 2. Yeah.
Imagine if the Warriors would have won
actually,
Game 7, bro, and Draymond closes out the series with a 32-point triple-double, bro. Bro, we'd be looking at that right now, like looking back 10 years ago and be like, damn, bro, Draymond really did that, yo.
He did that in Game 7, but everyone forgot because LeBron and Kyrie literally became Batman and Robin, or Michael Scott and Dwight Schrute. But yeah, the theory comes down to one thing basically: money. The NBA extended this series on purpose for financial gains. Because more games, more money. And honestly, if this theory is true, thank you, Adam Silver. Gave us the greatest series in NBA history. The 2006 finals was rigged. For this one, we got to go back to 2006.
Bro, it definitely was.
Surprising, I know. But this is the finals between the Miami Heat and the Dallas
didn't
Mavericks.
The Heat get like
so
a
early
bunch
in the
of free
series,
throw calls
Dallas
that
goes
the
up
Nats just weren't
2-0,
getting?
but then the Heat win the next 4. And look at this. The leading scorers for each game. Game 3, Wade, 42 points.
Damn, this was a good-ass series, though, bro. Hold on. Game 3, 2 points, bro. Game 5, 1 point. Game 6, 3. But that's a good-ass series.
Wade, 46 points. Game 5, Wade, 43 points. Game 6, Wade, 36 points. And that's really cool until you notice Game 3, Wade, 8 free throw attempts. The Mavericks shot 18 free throws as a team in this game. The Heat shot 34. Game 4, Wade, 9 attempts. A blowout game though. But Game 5, 25 free throw attempts for Dwayne Wade.
Bro, could you imagine if Shea gets... Oh my, imagine if this was Shea, bro. This man would get crucified nonstop. And I agree with it because Shea hoops like a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. Shea deserves all that free throw merchant hate he gets, bro, because he hoops like a bitch, bro. I hate watching that man hoop, bro. It is so annoying watching this man hoop. Like, I'm not saying he can't hit a shot. Like, he can, once he gets to his spot, is cash, bro. But I just hate that. I don't even know. It's not even just him. But I just hate them niggas that are just like get to the basket and just flop to the ground and see, hey, And then they just get a foul, bro. I hate that. I hate playing basketball like that, bro. Because that's what most NBA players do nowadays, bro. Just get to the basket, throw up a BS shot, and just hope they get fouled. That's not basketball, bro. That's not basketball, nigga. That you're just hoping you get fouled at the end of the day, bro. Like, actually, how about you try to score the ball in the hoop, bro? Normally, like Steph, bro. You don't see Steph doing that bullshit because Steph is actually, Steph actually has handles and nice with the ball and stuff like that, and can actually produce offense. But yeah, but I hate players that do that nowadays, bro.
The Mavs shot 25 as a team. The Heat shot 49. In Game 6...
These niggas shot 50 free throws. These niggas... Bro, half their points was off free throws. Oh, hell no. 50 free... That's got to be the record. Bro, this has to be the record for most free throws attempted in the game all the time. I don't think I have 50 free throws. 50 free throws.
21 free throw attempts. The Mavs shot 23 as a team. The Heat shot 37. Now, I'm no mathematician, but something seems off with these. And what you're watching in the background is just some plays where Wade gets fouled. Dallas was the first team in decades to lose the finals after leading 2-0. Or how about look at this specific foul in overtime in Game 5? That should have been a flagrant. Eject that man. Even 20 years later, Mark Cuban came out and said that the refs beat them in this series. How about this? Let's run through some quick facts for this. Dwayne Wade shot 97 free throws in 6 games in this series.
Yeah,
Wade shot more free throws in 6 games
imagine SGA
than anyone
doing
in the playoff
that, bro.
series history, including Wilt Chamberlain, who intentionally got fouled because he sucked at free throws.
Imagine SGA, though.
97 free throws by Wade alone
They would
for
have
6
this
games.
man's head on a spot. They would have this man. Oh my! It would be bad, bro. They would banish this man, bro. They would send this nigga down a fucking well, bro. They would have this nigga on a guillotine. They would do some crazy things to this dude's shade, bro. They would put him in that wooden thing that has you like this, and they throw shit at you, bro. They would do some crazy things to Shea, bro. Let his Shea shoot 97 free throws in a
More
game
than
in 6
LeBron,
games.
Steph, and Clay's free throw attempts combined through 7 games in 2016. Imagine if Twitter existed at this time. I'd feel awful for these refs. But the reason this rig would even happen in the first place, the same as everything, money. Let's read this. The NBA wants more viewers and revenue. Big games with superstars tend to draw bigger TV audiences. A few years after the 2006 finals, Tim Donaghy was caught rigging games. So a lot of people link that back to this. At the end of the day,
could you imagine if he was a ref today, bro?
More money gets made.
That dude would be placing parlays
part of
and
another
shit.
controversy.
And then you just
But for
eject the
last
player,
one,
bro.
look, the Grizzlies were forced out of Vancouver. So in 1995, the Grizzlies joined the NBA. 2 Canadian teams, the Toronto Raptors and the Vancouver
That
Grizzlies.
old
were the
Raptors logo
expansion
is so
teams.
tough, bro.
And let's just look at the Grizzlies' record in their first 6 seasons. Season 1, 15-67. Season 2, 14-68. Season 3, 19-63.
Yeah, no, I would have
Some
relocated y'all trash ass niggas too, bro. What the fuck? Y'all won 35 games in 3 years, basically, bro. Y'all need to get out, bro. Deadass, bro. If I'm Canada, bro, I would have pushed them niggas out too, bro. Cause what the hell, bro? What you mean you guys had 3 years and you couldn't even get 20 wins, bro? No, that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing, bro. The Canadian government should have went to their facility, packed up all the basketballs, all the jerseys, all the towels and stuff like that, and just got them out for them, bro. Bro, this is embarrassing, bro. This is embarrassing, yo. This is. Oh hell no.
Good job. But season 4,
No, get these niggas. No, hell no. Get these niggas out of here, bro. These niggas suck. Who the fuck did they have on the court? Yo, they must have just pulled some people from the stands that were wearing jerseys that said, "Come on, bro." Bro, if they had they could have had me out there. I promised our record would have been better than this, bro. Oh my, they could have had anybody else out there, bro. They could have called up the local G League, like the local community college team, bro, and pulled some players off of there, and I guarantee they would have done better than this, bro. Like I'm saying, they could have easily brought me up, bro, and I would have added at least 2 more wins, bro. 8-42 is embarrassing, bro. Y'all deserve to leave at that point. Y'all deserve to leave. You guys did not deserve. Vancouver does not deserve to have a basketball team ever again because of this, bro. This is embarrassment.
8-42, season 5.
Y'all are ass.
And season 6.
Y'all are trash. Holy shit. Y'all won less than 100 games in 5 years. No, wait, hold on. How many wins is that? Hold on. Yo, these dudes won 101 games in 5 years. I was almost close. I said less than 100. I was 2 away. Yo, these niggas suck.
Just added to the NBA.
These niggas
But right
suck.
here, actually, in 2000, this guy, Michael Hazley,
Oh my
he buys the
god.
Grizzlies. And originally, he says he's going to keep them in Vancouver until 2001. They moved to Memphis.
Good.
It took the guy a year to snap.
I would have
But the
snapped.
thing
I would have
is,
snapped
A
earlier.
lot of people think David Stern pushed the Grizzlies out of Vancouver.
I would have done the
Why?
same thing.
Well, the Grizzlies,
Them niggas suck.
when them and the Raptors first joined the NBA, they had a weird agreement. However, expansion franchises Vancouver Grizzlies and Toronto Raptors were ineligible for the number 1 pick in their first 4 years through the 1999 draft, as well for the number 2 pick in their first 3 years and the number 3 pick in their first 2 years,
Wait,
resulting
what?
in Vancouver receiving 0%
That's
odds
the dumbest
despite the
shit
league
ever.
worst 14-68 mark. This is a weird
Wait,
rule,
because they were a
especially-
new team, they couldn't get the number 1 pick for 4 years and the number 2 pick for. How the hell do y'all expect them to get good? That's why they were asked for 5 years, but that's why they couldn't get more than 10 wins a year, bro. What are we talking about? No shit. That's the dumbest rule I've ever heard in my life. Why would you not give an expansion team the best pick in the draft? That makes no fucking sense.
Especially with the fact that the Charlotte Bobcats were immediately allowed to get the top pick their first year. Just weird. Another thing, it's money. Obviously, the Grizzlies lost a lot of money as an organization in Vancouver. The weak Canadian dollar at the time meant revenue was reduced when converted to US dollars. Attendance declined significantly in the final seasons. Okay, so they suck, they're not making money. The team's attendance was 13K in a 19K person capacity arena. The Raptors, on the other hand, around 1999, they made the playoffs and were averaging 19,000 people attended at each
They
game.
have Vince, man.
Oh yeah, and the Grizzlies, they drafted Steve Francis, 2nd overall in
Steve
1999.
Francis?
Except Steve Francis publicly said he didn't want to play for the Grizzlies, and they'd have to end up trading him to Houston before he even played a millisecond in the NBA. And of course, why wouldn't he? He'd end up winning Rookie of the Year. So the theory really goes like this: the Vancouver Grizzlies, they were an absolute mess. People claim David Stern in the NBA restricted the Grizzlies from ever being competitive early on. They claim David Stern wanted the franchise to struggle, so it would eventually leave Vancouver. Possibly because the league preferred the team in the US for
Then
business
why would
reasons.
you locate them in
And also,
Vancouver in the
the second
first
or-
place? That makes no fucking sense. If you don't want them in Vancouver, you're gonna make them intentionally ass. Why would you allow them to locate themselves in Vancouver in the first place? That makes no
New
sense.
owner looked to move them. 6 years after they entered the NBA, Stern was more than happy to have them in the USA. Congratulations, David. Anyways,
Yeah, that was a W vid, bro. That was a W vid from 3. What's his name? 2-3, right? Yeah, 2-3. I remember that. I love that name. Type shit. But, bro, make sure y'all check out his channel. I'll leave it down below. I'll leave the vid down below. That was a W vid, by the way, bro. I'm gonna have to check out some more NBA vids from this dude, bro. I'm low-key a casual with the NBA right now, bro. Like, I haven't been watching this, as much as I used to. But it's all good. We gonna get back into it. But other than that, make sure y'all check out the TikTok, post other types of content over there. I'll leave it down below. Check out the channel. We on the grind for 2026. Other than that, make sure y'all remember hard work pays off, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.